You are, what's your name?
I just work for the city. My name's Rick.
Hi, Rick. What do you do?
Well, here we just monitor the event. We walk around and make sure things are done properly. They don't poke spikes into the ground and park the wrong way, things like that.
Parks and Recs. You work for Parks and Recs. For the special events like Chris?
Yeah.
So you work with Chris?
Yeah, Chris is my ultimate boss, yeah.
Okay. So last week, we can go into the area between the library and the amphitheater, unless it's 3 hours before an event.
Okay.
And Chris wrote a letter to people who worked at the BayCare Sound, right, and said that it's non-exclusive, okay, unless it's 3 hours before the event, that they can come in a day before or the day of at 7 a.m. and start setting that, but it's non-exclusive, which means that they have to share it with the people. So they read that as they is a woman, her name is Mary, she does security. So I was sitting there working on my computer, and they have little tables up there, okay? It's nice this time of day to do it. The sun isn't over there yet. You can still see your computer screen.
Sure, yeah.
It's the reason why we have a park, right? And the people pay for the park. So Mary said, no, she called the cops on me because I was sitting there working on my computer. I think it was about somewhere between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning.
Social security person?
Yes, who works for Ruth Eckerd Hall. And so when I was sitting at one of those tables, she told me to leave. I said I didn't need to. She said, you do. So she called the cops. And she didn't tell me anything. I said it's open to the public until 3 hours before an event. The event starts at 6. And by the way, they're now trying to get us out like at 1:30. Cleaning it starts at 4:30. It doesn't. The event starts the minute the person starts singing. You know, that's when it starts. Right. So, but she's now so before you could stay until 3, but now they're saying it's 1:30. This is on in every aspect with them. And they seem to have a penchant for me, and I believe the reason why is because I'm standing up for myself, and they take a great resentment toward that. So the cops come. She shows them the email, or at least part of it, from, and it's been redacted. Like it's not an exact email. You can tell that things are not there. From Chris, the email from Chris that says non-exclusive. And the cops, a Sergeant Price, P-R-I-C-E, went with that and said non-exclusive means, because this is what Mary said, that it's non-exclusive to each other. So Ruth Eckerd Hall's security can work there while Ruth Eckerd Hall's lighting team works there, while Ruth Eckerd Hall's sound works there, but none of the people who have the right to enjoy the property, the public property that's open to the public during regular operating hours, has the right to be there. I know it's in conflict of the contract. I've read the contract. And so I know this is inaccurate, and I'd like you guys to fix it.
Well, that's out of my pay grade, I'm afraid. Have you spoken to Chris about this?
No. In fact, that's why I came over and asked. I was hoping that you might be him.
Yeah, no, sorry. No, he doesn't normally attend these events. And I know he's not around this weekend because nobody in the front office is today. But I don't know. There's really nothing I can tell you today to help you with that. Matter of fact, I work for Ruth Eckerd myself. I work over there for special events. So I do that too. I don't know the ins and outs and the rules and contracts and all that, but...
you work at their events here at the...
When they do concerts, special events, yeah.
Oh, what do you do for them?
Same thing.
Security?
Ushers, I'm not security, no, it's a separate entity. Actually just to work for the sound itself, not the other venues, the cabins. So it's once or twice a month whenever I just do an usher. I work for the Phillies as an usher over there, so it's just another part-time or something. Sure. Help, but I don't know the ins and outs of these contracts
It seems it is a huge overreach, and they keep calling it private property.
Yeah, I know there's a lot. You know, you're on a city park and that's city property, but it's Ruth Eckerd, and I know they looked at their own. Even for us, it's a whole different group of people. It's not like city employees like us doing their work. They have their own people. But that I do, you know, for special events and other things. But I mean, other than that, that's really the only touch I have. It's just going to work over there when there's a concert going on. Chris would be the guy to talk to. I know he's in his office almost every day during the week. I can let him know during the week that I spoke to you.
I would appreciate it. Yeah, and there are barriers that they seem to have taken down, but then they were up again on it.
There's a concert there tonight. I know that.
No, I mean the barriers that they put in so that the people can't go into on days. So their contract runs 35 days a year. Okay, they have events 35 days a year. So that's it. They come in 3 hours before, and then they leave, and they're done after they've dismantled the place. Okay, which they should be doing at the same time. It's okay if they have to work late to do it. They're privileged to have this contract with the city. But what they're doing is first calling it private property, which it simply is not. It's the equivalent of if Joe's plumbing went in and you know, he had a contract to fix the toilet when the toilet was broken, and all of a sudden he's saying it's private property. He doesn't own it. He just has a contract to perform a certain service on behalf of the city, just like Ruth Eckerd Hall does. Yeah, so it's something that I would like to address.
Okay.